Hi, this is Winnie with Next Level Board Games, and today we're going to unbox Coma Ward, a game by Danny Lott and published by Everything Epic Games. So this is, as you can tell, hopefully you can see, it's a pretty big box, and it's also pretty heavy. I understand that there's a decent amount of tile laying in this game, so let's find out what's inside. Has to go up here. Oh, thunk. All right. Okay, so first on top, I see we have some rule corrections and clarifications, so we'll worry about that later. I guess better here than getting stuck in the rules and trying to figure out what the heck are they talking about. If you've ever played Lobotomy, oh my gosh, the rules in that game. I like the game, I love the concept, but the rules are very confusing. So I appreciate that they took the time to actually say, here are some clarifications. So it does look like there's a little bit more to the rule book than some of your smaller games. I don't think it's going to be that hard. Looks like there's some glossary. That's kind of nice, all in one place. Nothing on the back. That's a shame. I wish there was a sort of an overview on the back. I really like it when I do that. It makes it a lot easier. Anyway, that's the rule book. Here's a bunch of punch outs. And here's going to be like our character standees. These are pills and things. Our tracking our terror and our health thing, you know, on their stuff here. These are monsters, I think. Some different things. So much just, you know, standard cardboard cutouts. 6. I think this is for 2 to 6 players. So these are the little standees. Just thick cardboard, the usual. A whole bunch of other things like that. Then, let's see here. I believe, if I can get this out of here. Okay. So then there is a game board. Holy cow. Hold on, I'm gonna get this out and back under. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is a really big game board right here. I don't even know if all that fits on the table. Fits on the table. Okay. So, if you can tell, this is like literally as big as the box, just barely smaller than the box, times 6. So this is a very big game board. And of course, I'll try to get it to sit flat a little bit later. I don't want to push too hard. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, these are going to be our character cards, so like 1 in each color. So then, as you can kind of see here, I'll do the green because that's my favorite color. As you can see here, the tracking tokens. Let me see if I can get one really fast. Let me do one of these little tracking tokens. So I'm going to use this as on my terror. And I moved it up here, and these are just little thin sheets. So, but as my terror goes up, you can see my focus goes down. So when you're trying to do things in this game, if your terror moves up, your focus moves down correspondingly, right? And so that's going to make it harder to complete tasks. So as the game goes on, I'm going to assume your terror is going to go up as you reveal clues and find things that are scary, because the premise of this game is you've woken up out of a coma and you're a patient in a hospital and you can't really find anybody except for some other patients. You don't know exactly who to trust, what's happened, you don't know why you're there, and you're not exactly sure what's going on. So the idea is that you're going to be running around kind of like trying to figure out what's gone on, look at clues, find clues, and figure out what to do from there. So I'm going to guess that along the way we're going to find some things that are going to be startling. Probably no big shock there. Nobody wants to wake up and have no idea what happened to them, why they are where they are, or how they got there. Anybody who's ever had that happen can probably attest that's not fun. Let's see here. So here's some cards that are room effects. Let's see. I'll go this way with the garbage. So different cards. Let's see here. I don't know if we're supposed to look through all these. Maybe not. I'm probably not supposed to see what those are. So different things are going to happen in different rooms. There's those. So these are, I believe, hallucination cards. So that's not going to be good if your character is going around having hallucinations. That's going to make it hard to trust people. And it's going to make the clues seem a little more ominous. Let's see here. So much plastic. Are they all? Okay, so the backs of these are exactly the same. Okay. But then obviously, oh, a little bent. Let's see if I can. I'm sure that'll come undone. Then the rest of these maybe are different. Yeah, some of these are different. Okay. Looks like there's some duplicates, but then I see. Here's titles at the top. Okay. I started reading down here and they looked exactly the same. So you can, let's see if I can. They're kind of a thick material. You can kind of see that there's some names-wise that are different, but then there's some duplicates. Like there's 3 of these, there's a couple of those. So then, you know, there's obviously going to be a lot of different ones here. So some duplications, I'm sure these are going to get shuffled so that you randomly have different types of hallucinations. I don't know exactly where they go yet, so I'm just going to stick them out there. Then we have these hallucination room tiles, I think. Let's see. These are, it's kind of funny how interesting these are. They look like most of these cards, as you can tell, like here, like somebody just like hand wrote a note and you woke up and you're wandering around looking at doctor's notes and things like that. So there's some more of these here. Similar kind of idea where you look at this side and it's like you ran into somebody's just random note somewhere and you're trying to figure out what's going on. So that's kind of a cool effect because nothing looks like completely finished. It's very, you have to sort of piece things together. Here's some little, I forgot what these are, neuroses strips. Let's see, and then let's see, a bunch of dice. I'm not really sure what these are used for, but they're small. These are pretty small little dice, which is fine. I'm not exactly sure what we use those for yet. Probably, I don't know, maybe fighting daddy bads? I guess we'll find out. And then some standy plastic things. And then also there's a bunch of these little boxes here. Oops, don't open them yet. So these, there are 12, okay, I'll close it later. 12 of these, and they're called phenomena. So as you go through the game, it reminds me of Betrayal in the House on the Hill, where you go through half the game basically doing one thing, which is you're going through, you're looking at clues, you're finding them, trying to figure out what they mean, piecing them together. And then once you found the last clue, the phenomenon happens and you find out kind of like what's happening. So apparently, I don't want to open this because I haven't played and I don't want to ruin it. But you'll get assigned a certain phenomena, like this one says PH1, I'm going to guess that's number 1. Yeah, here's number 4. And then inside here, based on what all the things that happen during the game, there's different results in here as well. So supposedly you can play the game multiple times, even getting the same phenomena as an ending and still have a different result, a different game experience. So hopefully that's true. That sounds kind of cool. There's also this random extra one. I'm not really sure what this one means. It's a different color and it's the last number. So maybe this happens after you've done all of the orange ones. And then maybe that's for playing the game after you've already opened the rest. I'm not really sure. I have to play to find out. What else? Some random tiny little cards. Let's see what these are. There we go. These are really small in reference. You see, when I say really small, they're really small. Let's see if I can get these out. Those are never going back in that. That is way too small. So these are quirks, patient quirks. Patient quirks and ticks. So again, the back side is kind of cool, little handwritten notes. And it looks like we're gonna, oh boy. So plus strength, adding strength and dexterity and focus. These actually sound good. Strength, these all seem like positives, although somehow I bet they're probably gonna be negatives, but they seem like they could have positive effects as we're playing. And then, let's see here. I think this is the last thing, other than, of course, all the little things I didn't pop out, right? The last thing is the room tiles. So there's several room tiles. I can't remember. Let's see how many they said there were. There's supposed to be 25 room tiles and 11 hallucination room tiles. So that's kind of a lot. So that's 36 tiles. These are just a little bit big. So these are a bunch of patient rooms and I guess, okay, I see. So the back, so the blue ones are supposed to be hallucination and these are supposed to be regular. So patient room, hallucination room tiles. So I'm not sure if those get separated or if they're just randomized and sometimes you have a hallucination and sometimes you don't. That's probably likely, but I'm not sure because if I were to put this out here, then I'm going to know which one's which. I don't actually know how this gets set up yet, but I do know that it's supposed to be, it kind of reminds me almost of a legacy game in the sense that there's all these different phenomena that are going to happen at the end of the game, or maybe Mansions of Madness where you're not exactly sure what's going to happen, and even when you're playing a certain chapter, different results can happen. So I'm kind of excited about learning how to play this game and finding out exactly how it plays. The room tiles are small. I was thinking they were going to be bigger, but they're actually, the nice thing is they fit inside of this board, which is very big, but then this is basically your footprint other than your little character cards. So players are going to have these. The rest of this, I believe, is going to fit here. So that's kind of nice. You won't require as big a table as I suspected it might. So that's kind of it. Like, I'm not sure what else in here, but these are them. So it'd be kind of cool to go through and find clues and discover. I love to find the clues and discover. Other players that we play with love to do all the fighting. So it's kind of funny how we all attack the game in a different way. So that is pretty much everything that's in this box. Really big game board, smaller player boards, some tokens, decent amount of cards and some dice, and then a whole bunch of unknown boxes for what your endings are. So that's everything that's in Coma Ward, this game by Everything Epic Games. I am excited to see how this game plays out. I wish I would have had it before Halloween, because this would have been a really cool game to play on Halloween. I'll probably make it my next year's Halloween game. But yeah, that's everything. It got, like I said, a really big game board and a bunch of tokens and some room tiles and all kinds of, I think, variability that'll make the replayability higher. I'm excited to see what the phenomena cards or boxes are like, because there's nothing, I have no idea what's in them at all, and it's really hard not to just open one and see. So that's everything that's in this game. Thanks for watching Next Level Board Games.